The holiday season is upon us, folks, and we're still talking about the biggest names in Muskie sports. For this week, we talked to Rachel Timberlake, freshman cross-country runner, as she talks about the grind of being a college athlete. Hello all, and thank you for joining us. I'm Andrew Dunlap, along with freshman cross-country runner Rachel Timberlake. Thank you for coming on.
No problem. Glad to be here.
All right, I could tell you're a little nervous for being on here, so I'm going to throw an easy one out there for your first question. But besides running when you first learned how to walk as a child, when was the first time you started running on a team?
Probably in middle school. I ran in 7th and 8th grade for cross country, and then after that I ran in high school all 4 years for cross country, and then sophomore through my senior year of track.
Okay. So, what type of training did you go through when you were growing up?
Well, occasionally I would go out on like a neighborhood run with my dad. He ran a lot of marathons, and during that time, so I would run with him occasionally. And then I just started picking it up more and started training more seriously in high school, and would run a lot during the winter and spring and the off seasons. All
right, so you were part of many teams growing up. Mm-hmm. Have you won many awards based on your trip?
Yeah, so in high school I was a 4-year varsity letter winner, and then I also received several most dedicated athlete awards for cross country, and those were really special to me because I would usually run the most mileage out of anyone on the team, and then to get that award was a nice attribute to that.
All right. And a common question I normally ask people, both players and coaches alike, why did you come to Muskingum?
Well, I really liked the small size and how everyone knows each other here. I really liked that. And also, I'm a nursing major, and I've heard that it's really successful. And I also got a letter from Coach Gleason talking about the cross-country program, and I really liked his approach to training, and I just fell in love with the campus too. It's really beautiful here.
You praise his training, huh? What training has he done for you that makes you feel like you're getting better at running?
He always does like a mix of endurance and speed-based workouts, and he's been having us do a lot of tempo running. We've also been doing like pool workouts as well. That I think that's something we didn't do in high school, and I think that's a nice change of pace as well. And I've really felt myself getting faster throughout the season, just with the change of workouts, doing a lot of 1,200 repeats, and doing a lot more like up on the grass fields and stuff.
Yeah, I feel. I assume when a lot of runners just do a lot of uphill runs.
Yeah.
At a place like New Concord with a lot of hills, you got plenty of opportunities to run them.
Oh yeah, I was definitely. It was definitely a change with all the hills here compared to my hometown. But yeah.
You think a runner would think, oh, this is a great place to get a good exercise in.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you see? What was the most challenging thing to you had to face? Is it the competition, or is it the track itself when you go out and run?
For me, I think especially in the beginning, just being like in the college atmosphere of running, it was just different. We run further now. In high school we did 5Ks, and now it's a 6K. So just the intimidation of the longer race, also with more competition, I think. In some of our races, we ran against D1 and D2 schools, so I think just trying to figure out how I would stack up compared to them. And also, I think just being on a new team, it was kind of hard at first, coming from being a senior on my high school team to being a freshman again on a new team. But the girls are really nice, and they've been very welcoming, and it's been great.
So you talk about the competition being atmosphere making it most intense. What was the toughest one you've come across? Toughest invitational you've come across?
There was one that we ran it was all Ohio, and there were a bunch of schools there. A lot of D1 schools. There, like Xavier was there, and Ohio, and a lot of schools just from all over Ohio, and it was very big, and so the competition was fierce, but I managed to be the first D3 freshman to finish, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, it was a big race.
Yeah, that sounds impressive. Okay, so what for a run? Another runner question I want to ask you was: does a runner usually focus on how the individual does good or does well, or does the runner focus on how the team does well overall?
I'd say it's like a mixture of both, because individually you have to have like the discipline in your mind, and you have to be committed to the sport, and you have to like be focused on a goal, and you have to have that passion inside of you to want to get better. And it's you alone that will like get you your faster time in a way, because you know, you just have to be able to push yourself and tell yourself like, hey, I'm gonna do this. You know, just got to give it all I got. But at the same time, it's a team effort as well, because you're working together to try and place well, and you know, supporting each other and encouraging one another is really what defines success, in my opinion.
All right. Out of all the races that you and your team competed in together, which one best summarizes what you just said? Which invitational have you ran in that summarizes best what you just said?
That's a hard one, because I feel like we do it in all of our races. But if I had to say one, I'd probably pick the one that we had, our last one, the All-Ohio Championships, because it was really cold, and our coach told us not to say that word during the whole meet on that Saturday, because it was very cold. But so we were all kind of worried about that. We were worried about like how the weather would affect our races, and but I think just in that case, being in the mindset that you're all there together and you're going to do the best you can, and to work together to encourage one another, and just to stay determined and trust the process. I think that was a really good instance of when we needed it the most.
All right. You consider yourself to be a veteran when it comes to running and on a team, but being a part of this program that you here at Muskingum, in just one season, what do you feel like you've learned?
I've really learned. I just found out a lot more about myself, like just how far I can go, and how, you know, they say that when you come to college, you learn a lot about independence, and so like being here on my own, I've really learned how to like continue working hard, and you know, like everything that I want to accomplish is, you know, my choice. So I have to, if I want to get stronger, I need to put in the extra lifting and core exercises. And I've just learned, you know, like you can accomplish anything if you put your mind to it, really. And, you know, there's been so many more opportunities here at college, like what we were talking about with the training, you know, it's been different, but I found myself getting faster, and, you know, being up at the top with some of these other schools. It just shows me that, you know, anything's possible, so you just have to work hard, basically.
You feel like you've gotten used to college yet?
That's yes and no.
It's only been a couple months.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out like what works, especially with studying, but yeah, I've really gotten accustomed to, I think, like the atmosphere and being away from home, though.
Okay. What will be the goal for you and the team next year, in your opinion?
I think it'll just be to continue trying to advance to regionals as a team, like we are this year. This year we've had some of our top finishes and places as a team in the meets in like school history. So I think we just want to continue doing what we're doing, which is just, you know, really, you know, putting in our miles in the summer and encouraging each other to do our best. I think it'd be cool to go to nationals next year. I think that it would be really neat to, as a team, just have everyone continue getting personal records, and maybe other teammates can also try to claim some records and work towards those too.
Yeah, speaking of records, you got my final thing I wanted to talk about was like the how much from what I've been told by Coach Gleason, you're currently ranked second in 5K and 6K in school history fastest time.
Yeah.
5K 19 minutes 3 seconds, and 6K 22 minutes and 51 seconds. With the way things are in college or at your college level, do you think you can take down the record become a new record holder next year, or do you think it'll take a year or two?
I think I can definitely get it next year, as long as I stay healthy and I don't get injured. I think because I'm very close to breaking it, about 10 seconds or so, 10 to 15 seconds for both of those. So I think it's definitely doable if the conditions are right and, you know, I'm at my healthiest state. So, yeah.
Yeah, I imagine the coach telling you the exciting news, and you get fired up just thinking about that possibility.
Yeah. Yeah. It's exciting.
All right. That's all the questions I have. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
And thank you all for watching. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Orbit Media TV. Check out more of our content at orbitmediaonline.com. Or you could even check out our radio channel, WMCO 90.7, for more news, weather, sports, and music. We got new episodes coming out every 2 weeks. Thank you for joining us.